Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome along to my TBC Live Broadcast 343, coming to you live here from Christchurch, Canterbury, New Zealand. And fantastic, guys, to see everybody there again. My guys in the chat room, Mr. MD Ariful Simon over there in Italy. I believe it's about 2 o'clock in the morning there at the moment, so nice to see you there, and you're doing a great job there too of the broadcasting, and keep the good work up. And I think coming up to about 250 soon, aren't you? Something like that. So that's good, really good. Also, Shohag Ahmed, great to see you there too, bro. It's always a pleasure to see your broadcast that you're doing. It's really bringing up a lot of new people into the community. We're getting a lot of new broadcasters, especially over in your country too. Lots of people in Bangladesh now coming into the broadcasting community. So it's really good to see that. And I'd just like to encourage everybody, if you've got a little bit of, humanitarianism in you, and you want to be able to step up and help to end global poverty. We want to end global poverty, not abolish, like the super elite are saying, abolish. And what they're talking about there is reducing the population. The agenda 21, about decreasing the population down from 7.5 billion people down to about 500 million people. So with that, guys, I'm just to see if there's anyone else joined us there today. Hello there to Kevin. Nice to see you, Kevin. Great. I was just talking to Kevin there earlier, guys. Also another Kiwi here in New Zealand, and we're just talking about with TBC, where we can get to now and really bring it forward for the rest of the country. Now that we've got the merchants happening in Africa, around the place, we've got the guys in those regions that are doing a fantastic job. I can see where it's leading with that country and where it's going to go from here, and all these other countries as well as New Zealand. You see, in New Zealand, we have a lot of discounts, so we'd have to have a store that doesn't really do the discounts like some of them, which could be the difference for their TBC that they could be using. If they can discount a product 20 or 50 or whatever percent, then they can definitely, embrace or encourage to have TBC in their currency and their transaction. So yeah, it's been a cold sort of a morning here, overcast, but foggy here this morning, and looking a bit sea foggy still. But it's starting to brighten up a bit now. I'm getting a temperature rise slowly. I've just had to turn on the heater here to warm up the place a little bit. But otherwise, all good. Not raining, at least. We get a lot of the sort of cooler mornings, but we don't get the rain the same. That's the difference here. So, guys, I just wanted to say that what we need to do, just not from the physical side of things, because we're doing a fantastic job physically in what we're doing here, we also need to have our minds also trained to this too, and basically speaking it into existence. In other words, attracting, what we want to have as an outcome. What do we want to have as an outcome of what we are attracting? Are we attracting the right things that we want to happen to us, or are we not attracting the right things to happen to us? So it all comes down to the way you're thinking, maybe with mindset thinking. I know some people say things like, "Oh, if anything happens, it always seems to happen to me." And lo and behold, guess what happens? It always happens, to them. So you can actually change those sort of what we call self-talk, negative self-talk, and that negative self-talk can be turned into positive affirmations. And the positive affirmations that you guys want to do is, if you've got a pen and paper, that's even better. Write this down, because you can actually attract this to you just by writing this down and just having it in front of you somewhere each day that you're going to see it. So I would encourage you guys to do that. And one of the ones I wanted to write down here is for you guys is to say, I choose the best feeling thoughts. Is that word there? That's it. I choose the best feeling thoughts. I choose the best feeling thoughts. Another good one to write down, guys, too, is I am attracting and inviting money energy into my life. I am attracting and inviting money energy into my life. So that's a really good one. I'm just putting that back into this little holder here. Not really, it used to be a CD holder, but now it's a paper holder sort of thing. So those are just affirmations that you say, or when you see them, just think about that. You know, with the I'm attracting and receiving money energy into my life. Each day I prosper more and more. Each day I prosper more and more. So all of these affirmations will actually start to help those things to manifest into a reality. And one of the biggest things I've also learned is to be grateful for everything. Thank you for this. You know, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much that I've got this huge opportunity to be involved in this. I am so blessed. Thank you, you know, God. You know, thank you, God, for this. And you watch, when you start having gratefulness and thankfulness like this, you will start receiving more things to happen to be grateful and thankful for. You know, so just getting that mindset right is the key to this, and it starts with, you know, setting up your mind. Imagine your mind is like a GPS system, you know, in a car. And before you go on that trip, you set up the GPS system, and you just type in the coordinates, and then you find out where that's going to take you. Basically, you just type the information in there, and then it's got it all programmed exactly where it's got to go, regardless of the distance. It'll get you to that exact place. So that's what we can do, you know, as well with our minds. We can program our minds to take us to that exact place. So if you've already like understood that you can, you know, get in touch with your subconscious mind, that's where it all happens from. Your subconscious mind will basically control your conscious mind, you know, and that is real powerful. Okay, and that subconscious mind, you can, you know, use that to attract what you want to attract in your life. Okay. So saying that, I would have another affirmation for that. Would be something like, I strongly attract riches, wealth, abundance, and prosperity. I strongly attract riches, wealth, abundance, and prosperity. This is another good affirmation. Another one that I'm always in the right place at the right time, successfully engaged in the right activities. I'm always in the right place at the right time, successfully engaged in the right activities. That's a really good affirmation too to have. So meditation is good too to do that, because it basically relaxes your mind and it makes you focus on what you really need to be focusing on. So if you want to focus on whatever area in your life you need to focus on, if it's for health, you would play something like, if you're connected to technology, you can connect through like YouTube, where you can pick up like a subliminal sort of, you know, music that's going to have like this, what they call binaural beats, and those binaural beats can like, you know, go to connect direct to your subconscious mind, to start feeding you positive affirmations and things like this through subliminal music that will actually feed you the information that you need for, say, if it's for health, or if it's for wealth, or for success. You just put the right music on to whatever applies. Okay, put the right music on to whatever applies, and you'll be astounded. I find every time I just play these different, you know, subliminal things like these ones for attracting wealth, lo and behold, each day, out of nowhere, people are coming and just saying to me that they want to do this or they want to do that. Or like the other day, I needed to try and find, you know, all this you know, money I needed, you know, and everything. Then lo and behold, out of nowhere, and the finish it all just came, you know. So it's just a matter of thinking positive. Every time you see or start thinking on a negative note, like, oh, gee, I wish I didn't do it, that's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. What you're doing is attracting that too, not to happen if you do that. So every time you do feel like there's a negative thought coming in, just focus on those positive ones again, and just go back to your affirmations and just check, and just think of those, and then you'll start to attract what you're looking at in there, in those affirmations. So take you over to the blog, guys. I don't think there's much. There might only be 1 or 2 updates at the moment in there. It's a, is it today? Sunday? Saturday here. I thought it was Sunday. I don't know why I thought it was Sunday. Saturday afternoon here, 12 o'clock here in New Zealand. So I'm just going to share my screen here with you guys, and just I think this is the last one we saw here was this one, which was I think Honda 5G model. These guys were just you know, now accepting 20% TBC and 80% you know, 80% in cash. So this was Mr. Pratam Kumar over there in India. One of our you know, he's Matapoli send button host. But let's have a look at this one.
Hello, all brothers and sisters worldwide.
I might have seen this one yesterday.
This is a very auspicious moment for the
He's doing so many of these different deals here.
The company providing this kind of assistance to the customers. Look for this investment model, the digital Activa 5G model, and we feel so much excitement about the receiving of this vehicle too. And these are the proper documents of the delivery of this 5G Activa model, the digital. So these are the proper documents. And have a very special.
Yeah, I remember that yesterday. Now we did see that. I just remember that person walking in front of the camera there. So that was one that we saw yesterday, and this one was just the other one. I was just trying to remember seeing that, or whether that came up after I finished yesterday or not. I think I remember something about this. Yes, that's right. I remember we did see that. If you guys didn't see this, this is happening over in Africa. This is, I think this was the one I might have been mentioning about. I'll just let you know in a moment. Brilliant. I had to play it again. It's just a brilliant video. I'm just going to see, like, I was just talking to my friend Kevin here on the broadcast at the moment, who's also in New Zealand, down there in Fielding. Sorry, up there in Fielding. I keep thinking I'm still living in Auckland. Sorry, up there in Fielding, and just to see if we can find this other video that I was talking about with this gentleman that is over there in Uganda. Let's have a look at that one. Might be on this page. Going down to use it. God will probably reach some children off. Yeah. Trying to think where it's on one of these videos. Might not be the first or second page of this blog. It could be the third or fourth. It was just a recent one. There's Christina, our friend over there in Canada. Always doing a fantastic job there in the broadcasts. She does, I think, 2 or 3 days a week, each week. So that's good. This one here, or do we just do that one? Oh, this is TBC Randy. We've got a lot of broadcasters now. I mean, there's a lot of voices of the TBC out there doing their broadcasts each day, and let's get it out to a lot more people. The thing is with broadcasts, biggest thing is just switching on the camera, knowing how to do that. Once you know how to do that, then you just have to hit the button, big smile, you know, hello to everybody, and then just go for it. And then once you got to that first few minutes, it's easy. It's just like talking to yourself on the screen. Like this, it's actually like looking at yourself and talking to yourself in the mirror. Do you know how sweet you have it? Just wondering if it's this one. No, not that one. That's Bex there here in New Zealand too, up there in Auckland. Suit. If anybody knows that one with the guy that was in the blue suit over there, I think in Uganda. Or can anybody put in the chat box who the guy is that's the big guy, like a broadcaster over there in Uganda? Can you guys just put that in the chat if you know who that is? It'd be great. Thank you. Broadcast setup. This is sort of the one of 3 stages when we do the broadcasts. Once you've set the broadcast link up in your YouTube channel, that's when you would copy the link and you would place it in here to, so this is my one here, slot 25 for tomorrow, which is 12 to 12:30 Fiji time, which is the same here at the moment in New Zealand, and 5 to 5:30 PDT time. And that's the link for tomorrow at 12 p.m. There's a lot of slots here still to be filled up, you know. We've got a few empty ones. For all the broadcasters, just make sure that you do put your link in here too, because there is people coming into the back office that are looking around here, and you know they want to see the broadcast, and they click here. This is probably going to time out. Oh no. Here we are, and they click on the broadcast one, and here we are. Here's all the broadcasts they can see here. But see, there's a lot of spaces here. There's plenty of room actually for more broadcasters. You know, you can just decide which day, which time of the day or night that you want to be a broadcaster. That's the great thing about working online. You can work the times and hours that you want to work. You don't have to be confined to 9 to 5 or whatever time, 8 to 4:30 or anything like that. You can choose your time. If you're used to doing night shift, you can do night shift online as well. Doesn't matter. It's 24/7. So broadcast guys are very, very easy to set up. Once you've done it a couple of times, you'll just be like a duck to water. It's very easy. Also, let's go into the contest before we go to that quick video and have a look at that. This is the weekly contest that, oh, it's timed out now. Here we are. This is the weekly Bitcoin contest that we're having for first, second, and third place winners who have enrolled the most active signups there. And the winner of that first prize winner will receive, 200 grains of gold. Right, current full-time leaderboard. All right, look at this. Oh my goodness. 63 active signups for Ling Reese. And he's also got third place there too of 51 signups. Wow. What's that now? He's over the 100 for the week. Oh my goodness. And Ace Fletcher is in second place with 57 active signups. And I see Marianne Murphy's coming up there too in fourth place at the moment with 17. Oh, that's great. Excellent, guys. But look at these guys. I mean, you can see how we're going to get to our 1 billion members so quickly with these guys doing this sort of, amount of active signups. I mean, that is just incredible. I mean, 63 on one of Ling Reese's accounts, and on his other one, he's got 51. So that's 114 together active signups. 114 out of Uganda, times that by 4 grains of gold, or $11 US, and that's how much he's earned so far for the week. And that is like, that amount of money might be 6 to 12 months worth of income. Okay, $50 a month, I believe, is about the average income in Uganda. And this guy's like doing, he's got these 114 paid signups at $11 each that he's guaranteed to be receiving by these active signups. That's per month. He's getting this too. But not just that. On top of all that, he's also, by the looks of it, if he takes this out and becomes the winner for this week, he's going to also receive 200 grains of gold, to the equivalent of 0.0 Bitcoin, which is about $550 or $560 US. Just in, his first prize. But see, he's got the third position there too, so he could be getting 50 grains of gold as well on top of that. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. I've never seen anything like this. See, admin's already put it on the in the blog, the growth curve, and the growth curve that has actually already been forecast and everything like there for us, and it's like a roadmap that's already been written out. It's already been written into existence, and we're speaking it into existence. So, well, this time of March, I think March 2020, we want to have our billion members, and the way it's going now with these guys, with the amount of people that they're bringing in, it's just amazing, really good, So right now there's about 1 day and about 15 or 16 hours left currently for the Bitcoin contest before it ends. So if you can get in there, you might even get on to the leaderboard. You never know, you might get up to the top there before you know it. All of a sudden, people will hear about it, and the next minute, you're all coming in. Incredible. All right, so that's the current leaderboard so far for the week. Now, I just wanted to show this. This is just something that's just come out recently about Donald Trump and the stock market crash. And this is talking about what's going to be happening here. I'm just going to play a little bit of this, guys. And what I'll do is just put the link in here into the chat box so you guys can watch the rest of it in your leisure. So this guy here, if you don't know, this guy's Mr. Christopher Green, and he's been doing AMTV, alternative media TV, for the last 11 or so years now. So he's got some very good information here.
Everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV Alternative Media Television. Please take a moment, like this video, share this video, get it out to your friends and family, and click the darn bell. Currency war leads to trade war, leads to world war. Again, we've seen this time immemorial throughout history, whether or not this was the embargo placed upon Japan before the bombing of Pearl Harbor, or it's the embargo being placed on China right now on all kinds of commodities, including oil. Again, currency wars, which Donald Trump has said China's manipulating their currency, just like we're manipulating our currency here at a central bank. Again, the US dollar is 100% digital. They print it with a fat thumb at the central bank. It's worth and backed by nothing, just faith of the American people that it actually still has value. There's no difference between a $1 bill over here and a $100 bill over here. And they're creating inflation because they fear the counterpart, deflation. In fact, when I was watching the stock market yesterday, I noticed that we were down 450 points. It closed down some 250 points. And I think we have a very, very precipitous drop coming in the coming days. I'm talking thousands and thousands of points to shed from the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And again, no one in the mainstream media is going to warn you of this. Anderson Cooper is not going to come on camera and let you know that when you come back from the holiday break that there's going to be a bank run across America. They're not going to warn you of that. They're not going to warn you that the stock market's going to collapse 10,000 plus points overnight and they're going to close down the New York Stock Exchange. They didn't warn you in 2008 and 2009. They're not going to warn you again. But this is coming to America. But that isn't really what caught my eye yesterday. What caught my eye was the fact that oil was down some 4 to 5%, which tells us something about the global economy and what we're looking at here in the very short term and potentially the near future. Something central banks fear the most: deflation. In fact, they fear it so bad because this was the cause of the 1929, the aftermath, so to speak, of the stock market crash that sent people flying out of windows because they had lost everything in a prolonged period of time where it took over a decade for us to recover a world war in the name of World War II. Because again, currency wars lead to trade wars, lead to world war. This is what has been engineered time immemorial again. But what took us by surprise in the central banker manipulators that manipulate our currency is that shrinking of the money supply prevented people from spending. And then it fed on itself. The fact that people stopped spending meant that the economy tanked, meant that real growth continued tanking. And it crunched the economy down into a period that was spiraling out of control. Poverty, people couldn't get enough food, people couldn't get housing, people couldn't get jobs. So because of this, what these central bank manipulators do that print 100% digital currency, not backed by commodity, not backed by gold, something tangible, because they took us off the gold standard so they could create inflation, is they do just that. They create inflation. So what they've done, and really the only two indicators you have to look at are interest rates, which are still at zero. We're at 2.5% on the Fed funds rate. So historically, we're still at zero. And in addition to that, this is what I'm eyeing right now, the central bankers, they need an excuse for more bailouts. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but that's the only way that the U.S. economy can function. So they need an excuse for that, which brings me to the scenario I think may be unfolding right now. And I want you to answer this question, put it in the comment box below. What do you think the powers that be are going to do leading up to this very vitriolic and divisive election, of which the dark and very deep criminal state hates the president of the United States? Are they going to prop up the U.S. stock market temporarily? Is this actually what the powers that be want?
All right, leave it there, guys. It looks like he's going to say "or" next, but you can see that in the rest of that link that's in the chat box there. Just come up to my 30 minutes there, guys. So I'll stop sharing the screen there. Yeah, so no, great to have everybody there too. Also, hello there to Musa over there in the US. great to have you there too, Norsa. Thanks very much for your nice comments there. Yeah, so next week, guys, it's going to be a little bit different week for me. I'm going probably to be still broadcasting for the next 3 days. So from about maybe Wednesday onwards, I won't be doing any broadcasts for about a week or so. And that's due to the fact I'm going to be flying over to the other side of the world, to Belarus, to attend a 3-day intensive training there. This is just to do with a business that I'm also doing as well as what I'm doing with TBC. So all of these different businesses, they certainly do keep you, pretty busy. So in the meantime, I will be still doing them up till that time. So thanks again, guys. Just make sure I've got everybody in there so far. And there we go. Cool. Nice to see you all there. And I will be back again, guys, tomorrow at the same time at 12 p.m. NZD time, NZST time, I should say, out of daylight saving, which is 5 p.m. PDT time. So until then, guys, have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and peace.